Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another LSPD Let's Play here. Oh my god. What a terrible accident. Alright folks, let's try that again. Welcome to another Let's Play here on GTA World with the LSPD. That was quite the start, but that was pretty comical. So, also other exciting news for GTA World. They had a new peak player count today of 780 players, so that's pretty awesome to have. So, we're just going to roll out today. We're going to do our usual patrols, see what's going on. Been really busy in real life, so have not had a whole lot of time to get on and play still, even since the last video. But hopefully I can get on this weekend, guys, to do an additional Let's Play to this, and hopefully get you guys a good hour of gameplay to watch. And maybe I'll even try to live stream, but don't count me on that one, because I don't want to promise something that I can't keep for that one. But hopefully we have an interesting video here tonight. 740 players are currently online, and like I said, it was at about 780 not too long ago. By the sounds of things, it's been looking pretty busy. Oh, seriously speaking, it looks like it's been busy since before I got on duty. I was off duty there for a few minutes, and there's definitely a few call-outs and stuff going on. So like I said, right now we are currently in the Rancho area on the Roy Lowenstein Boulevard. Gonna patrol around Davis and whatnot and see what's up, because like I said, this is the time of night where the gangs and all that stuff starts to come out, and that's when stuff can really, well, I think the word I'm going for here is that's when shit can really hit the fan. It's this time of night. Regardless if there's 500, 600, or 700 players online, this Strawberry and Davis area is the place to be this time of night, just because anything can go wrong in these areas. So, but as I say that, of course, absolutely nobody is down this street. They came out with a couple new cars in the game. They now have the Premier Classic, which is cool. I bought one for my character because it fits it pretty well since he drives classic cars and stuff. And then also you guys know the, I forget the name of it. Is it the Esperanto, the Albany Esperanto from GTA 4? They put that in here, and I bought the taxi version of that. So, pretty cool. Just a couple of classic cars to buy. Nothing expensive. So, like I said, here's the thing. Like, when you're a PO2 or in PD, you still got to be realistic with your roleplay vehicles. So, like, you don't want to have anything too crazy. Like, if you just want to have one expensive car, or fairly expensive car, that's fine. But, or if you just want to have a couple inexpensive cars like I do, because let's be real, those cars would be worth almost nothing at this point. That's just kind of how you go about it. I'd rather have a couple fun classic cars that I enjoy than have one expensive car that I'm kind of on. So, didn't seem to be too much, but there was a little bit back there. Still no more news on the Vapid Victor update, or the Crown Vic model update, but I'm sure we'll get to see that here shortly, because it looked like they made a little bit of progress recently, about a couple weeks ago. I think I told you guys about it. Because like I said, there is a new Crown Vic model in the works, and it looks pretty damn good. So we'll see what comes of that. Sheriff's has a lot going on over here. They had a car pulled over there. They're sitting over there. So, yeah, it looks like now we get a couple people's cars are stuck in the middle of the road. Looks like their gains probably crashed, and they will probably be coming back online there. Like I said, usually when you see cars sitting like that, that means that their gain just crashed or something of that nature, and they will be coming back very soon. So I don't want to tow those or anything like that. Sometimes in Red County, when I played there, it was very common for people to come and tow people's cars and they just crashed or something like that. So we try to avoid that here, because there's certain times you just look at a car and you're like, well, yeah, odds are that person was just right there, and then their computer decided to take a dump. Rolling into the Vespucci area right now. Yeah, like I said, guys, sorry for the lack of Let's Plays and stuff, but just been busy, and it's been hard to get online and do all the shenanigans for you guys, and hell, I even had that much time to play. But tonight, hopefully I can dedicate about an hour here, and and hopefully I can get you guys some good content. Alright, so someone's obviously beating the crap out of stuff over there. We're going to go code 2. Slow down the intersections here, because like I said, it is someone just beating on a car. They're not beating on a human or anything, but we are going to still try and get there quick, but I don't want them to hear me coming type deal with the call like this. I don't know why I just took the long way. That was stupid of me. Anyway. Please don't go, please don't go. That's the one thing with not being code 3 is when you're coming up on someone, they won't always necessarily see you until the last second. It's very important to clear your intersections while driving code 2. Even more so than when you're code 3. You hear me talk a little less when I'm driving? Oh my god, my game crashed. This is bad. Alright, we're back to responding to the call. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be a little late because it was about 3 or 4 minutes ago, so we're still going to get there. But hopefully the person hasn't left yet, but unfortunately they probably have. I was just talking to Camilla Thompson there. I was like, I need you to talk to the air unit that was going to be over the scene. I was like, I was responding to the call, and anyways, but it's like my game crashed, and they're like, okay, I'll do it. So they let the air unit know and whatnot. So here we go. Responding back to the 911 call here, and hopefully we're not too late. But like I said, we probably are. Alright, so let's say someone else is here. Cover Murphy. Okay, so we're gonna go do that. Alright, no they don't. Alright, she just asked if we're real cops. It feels like cop TV show, this. Alright, so this person's upset we sent so many units for her car, but the person was hitting something with the bat, which means that a weapon was involved, so you're not going to send an officer in by themselves or anything like that. Alright, this woman, I don't know if she even knows what she wants. So she's beating her own car up. That makes a lot of sense. Not. Alrighty, we're gonna roll back on patrol here. Alright. That was an interesting call. So, the person... So, like I said, when someone has a weapon of some sort involved, we're definitely going to send a few units. And the reason for that is, so let's say I went by myself, and let's say that person, I get that person to try and stop beating their vehicle, they could turn the bat around and swing at me. I'm going to want to have assistance there for that call, so you're at least going to want to have another, at least bare minimum, one officer, if not 2 or 3. So in that situation, when you look around, there were 4 cops on scene, which when a bat or some sort of melee weapon is utilized, like, or is being used, or you know it's being used like that to hit something, you're going to have a few units on scene just in case, because you don't know what you're rolling into. And obviously, as the situation de-escalated pretty quickly, the sergeant there was like, okay, you guys are good, so she left, and area, ensure your CADs are updated accordingly to your status. They say they want people down in Vespucci, I guess. So like I said, it's just about having a bit of police presence there for a situation like that, in case if it does get violent. But obviously in this case, for whatever reason, the woman was beating up her own car and moved on with her day. I guess she just wanted to absolutely destroy her vehicle there and call it a day. So maybe she's having a bad day or something. So we're heading back out on patrol. I think we're going to go towards Vespucci. Of a recklessly driving motorcycle around Vespucci Beach, McEllen area, dirt bike, 1 rider. Alright, we're gonna go back there. Unfortunately, even that description is kind of vague. It's just letting you know that, hey, a vehicle that looks like this, oops, I'll stay in this lane, that looks like this is in the area, so keep your eyes out open for it. But let's say if you see a vehicle matching the description, driving at the speed limit or not breaking any laws at that time, you do not have the ability to pull it over because you do not have an exact description or license plate of the vehicle that did those acts at that time. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. I know Wright County and stuff, it was funny you pull people over just for having like a general description of a vehicle, even though that definitely wasn't the right way to do it back then. But you did what you did back then, and that was the right county life. Here on GTA World, things are much more strict, much more stringent, and to be honest, I kind of enjoy it that way because it makes it much more fair, not only for yourself, but it definitely makes it a hell of a lot more fair for the civilians and the criminals on this server, that's for sure. And I shouldn't say there's too many civilians, because 90% of the player base is definitely a criminal on here. Let's just be honest with that. Everybody's broken some laws or is breaking laws at some point or another here on GTA World and other roleplay servers. Just here on GTA World, I find the criminals are a hell of a lot more smart than what I've experienced on other roleplay servers. Murdered somebody in jail, that's cool. Couple unmarked units in the scene already, or down here already, so if anybody's going to catch any traffic violators, it's probably going to be them, because they don't stick out too well. Honestly, that Buffalo looks almost exactly like the civilian model Buffalo, so the Buffaloes definitely blend in the best for the civilian, or for the unmarked cars on here. All the other ones you can point out from like a mile away, with the exception sometimes of the CVPI, because they have that available to civilians as well. But everything else sticks out like a sore thumb. Kind of like real life, like you see a vehicle with a bunch of antennas and stuff, yeah, you know that's a cop. Honestly, Vespucci's a really nice area. It's just like a little bit outside the downtown portion of the city, so it's a little bit smaller, and honestly it's just kind of a nicer area for sure, with the beach and everything. Has a nice aura to it. Grapeseed, holy, that's way out there. Couple of cars seem to be speeding this way. I wonder what they're doing. I wonder if this is a car show or something. Not too many people seem to be out here. Huh. Just 1 second, guys. Just had to send a text message real quick. Going all the way to Grapeseed? Holy shit. Grapeseed's like at least 3-4 minutes of flat out driving out. I had to drive someone to Paleto Bay in a taxi the other night. There's the taxi I was talking about. Alright, LSSD call for backup, but they already have a unit en route, so that's good. Still over 700 players online, that's awesome. I really would like to do a Let's Play one of these days, though. Or not a Let's Play, a live stream one of these days. So, I think I'm going to try it here eventually. Don't know if you guys want one or not, but we'll see. Dude literally just ran a red light right in front of me. Alright, we're going to get him here. Alright. So it's starting to get warmer in game 2, which is cool. Just like realized I'll be able to go back to the short sleeves here soon, which will be awesome, because they look a lot better in my opinion. Oop. Not person lookup, I want DMV database, SMY 718. Emma Summers. Alright, my car parked out a little bit so I have a little bit of protection. Alright. think we're going to give her a warning. Just to say we pulled her over. Alright. Alright, so we're just letting her off with the warning there. Alright. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Alright. I want to make sure that scene actually recorded. I hope it did. Yes, it did. That's good. Honestly, guys, it's been a fairly good night so far. Like, you've only missed about 2 or 3 minutes of actual playtime that I've clipped out. So that's awesome. Plus from my game crash, which sucked. Trying to stay on here about another 10 minutes or so. We'll see what happens, because I do have other things to do, unfortunately, tonight. Even though it is awesome to play with this many people online. What I noticed though, that Vespucci Boulevard is very easy for catching people running red lights and all that crap. What is this man doing? He's flying. But I need to get behind him to pace him. Come on, buddy. Damn it, he slowed down. Sometimes... Alright. That guy was driving like a freaking maniac. What did I do? I can't see his plate. I hate this shit. Even though you'd be ULU 510. Alright, the front end on this is just a little too long. Your character sits down too far. Alright. Everything's good on this guy. I am getting off after this, that's why I'm not going to that Melanoma Miguelin call, because I'll be there for a long ass time. Alright, who's gonna get his documentation? I won't lie, the only thing I could nag him for is coming onto the incorrect lane of travel over there. The speeding, a little sketchy. But I'm gonna give him a break because I do have to get going, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Two Lincoln 11 shots fired near Bay City Avenue, Vespucci Beach, near the last scene, northeast.
Unfortunately, guys, I have to get going. Otherwise, I would respond to that, but I cannot because I need to log off, which sucks. I would like to give you guys a bit more action, but unfortunately, just due to my lack of time, if I go to that call, I know I'm going to be there at least 45 minutes, and I really do not have time for that just because of real-life commitments, so I do need to get going. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another Let's Play, and I can't wait to see you all next time.